Well, the curious case of Jiri Prochazka appears to be continuing. Now, I'm into this from a positive standpoint. I hear comments where I'm negative, and I'm not really sure where our misunderstanding is. I'm interested in Prochazka. The only reason I'm talking about it is because I'm interested in him. I'm interested in his return. I'm also interested in watching his star rise from the return. He was dealt tremendous adversity. He had his belt taken away from him, and what was believed and even reported was career ending. Why would you take his belt away if he could come back? If he can come back, let him come back. There's a really interesting spot, and he's battling his way through it. I think it's a great story. But according to Prochazka, for the first time, like getting information on Prochazka is wildly difficult. Hearing from Prochazka is a very regular thing. Keeps up with social media, gets out there. But the questions that get asked of him just adds to the mystery. I mean, like, for example, told that Jiri Prochazka's clear. Told that he's coming back. Told that as we're looking at the card, we should consider for December Jiri Prochazka, which would likely be against Alex Pereira. I'm in. I have no problem with that. What is different, though? Like, what do you know? What have you been told? Who told you that he's cleared? Because we were told that for the first time by him 9 months ago. And it was backed up 8 months ago and 7 months ago and 6 months ago. We've never heard a different story. His trainers, his coaches, like everybody's telling the same story. So who is it now that has cleared him? Is it the doctor? Did he file for a license? Did a commission officially clear him? Was there an x-ray that had to come in and we got it done and the MRI file? Like what is it that happened that has changed things? And I don't mean for this to be a very convoluted question. It's been the question the entire time. Every single fighter that says he's ready to go means he's ready to go. That is the litmus test. Who wants to do this? You raise your hand. They then have a commission that's going to do their checks and balances, and here you go, and there's the fight. Like, there's nothing new here. But Alex Pereira, who does appear to be the right guy, appears to be the number one contender. That's the fight we're expecting. That's the fight that we want to see, particularly with the absence of Jamal, who's also been very difficult to get a report and get a date or even a speculation of a return. So when you have Pereira and you have Prochazka, which would appear to be a world title fight, Pereira called out Anthony Smith. He did this 1 week ago. Like, as much as I don't know and you don't know what is going on with Jiri Prochazka, where is he? What is actually going on there? When is this return? What should we expect? As much as we don't know, I will share with you. If anybody does know, it's guys within the division. Nobody can keep a secret. You get a word out 3 ways. You telephone, telegraph, or you can tell a fighter. They're all going to blab. And when Pereira, who clearly would like a world title fight, who appears to be the guy as a former world champion, is calling out Anthony Smith, he would know. If anybody would know what is really going on, it's him. I would think. And that's not the direction that he went in the media. And by the way, I don't remember when Pereira's called anybody out. Like, I don't actually know what happened there where he called out Anthony. Anthony didn't know. Anthony's response, like, hey, what's up? How do I handle this? I'm happy to do it. I'll go with it. It's just like this has caught me off guard. Great opportunity for me. I'll take it. He said this. Like, these were Anthony's words. I mean, I didn't really know what to do. I actually sent a text to his coach, Glover Teixeira. So what am I supposed to do with this? I'll play ball, but what am I supposed to do? I'm just sharing that with you, that if there is a belief that Prochazka is returning, we've all been told when he returns, it's going to be for a world title fight. We would assume that it's going to be against Pereira, and we would assume some conversations are going on behind the scenes. Like, that's how this is done. And Pereira went in a different direction that didn't involve Prochazka, and it didn't involve a world title fight. And I'm just sharing with you, like, it just adds to the wonder. Like, what exactly is happening here? And I'd like to go back to the beginning. I would like to go back to when we took the belt off of him. I mean, he announces he's hurt. It's within 6 days. He's off the card. His belt is gone. It's the worst injury that's ever been seen. That's a quote. Which would lead you to believe that his career was over. I mean, this was like really devastating news on a human level. And he was keeping his head up, and I mean, he was doing everything right. It was a real winner story. But that happened simultaneously with the heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou having sat out at that point 10 months. With an injury. MCL, and he's getting the leg redone. He's in a contract dispute. But you had the heavyweight champion. They didn't pull the belt off. They didn't even threaten it. They didn't even threaten the interim championship for 10 months, 6 days. He loses his title. That's interesting, and that's peculiar. And if this was human error, or there's a miracle, or there's some kind of a new, like, I'm all for it. I'm all for a misdiagnosis, but what did happen? I'm very curious about that. And where is the return? And what is the big secret? And what is the delay? And how come his opponent, Alex Pereira, doesn't know? Is he back or is he not back? I'm for either one. I'm just not comfortable telling you he's back because we're being told that he's back. We were told that last month and the month before, and we can keep playing that game all the way back to January. So where is Prochazka? And what is the holdup? And if there is a holdup, what is it? What needs to be cleared? Who needs to say, you're okay? Because for the 763 other guys under contract, they need to say they're okay. That's the answer. Do you want to fight and can you fight? And whatever comes out of your mouth is the answer. If you say my foot hurts and I can't do it, fair enough. You're out. And somebody else might go, your foot, what are you talking about? Who cares? Whose foot doesn't hurt? That's not how this game is played. He will tell us. He has told us. Prochazka has told us. I'm back. But he's told us that for 10 months. Is there any way to actually get an answer to that question?